I'm attorney Bobby Warner. Many of you know me as an avid outdoorsman. I have nearly 2 decades of legal experience and I hunt every day. I hunt for those who are at fault, those who are careless, and those who need to pay. If you've been injured, now's the time. Call my office today for a free consultation. No fees unless we get money for you. I'm Bobby Warner. If now's the time, call 345-6789.
Bobby Warner, now's the time. Call 345-6789.
Warner Law Offices presents Whitetail Frenzy.
This isn't your average hunting show, and hunting isn't our full-time occupation. We have families, full-time jobs, and face the same struggles as many of you. Months of scouting and preparation for a single short moment in time. That moment when you can't control your breathing and your heart is pounding out of your chest.
Whitetail Frenzy is brought to you by Scent Blocker, Elite Archery, the world's most shootable bow, Dual Game Calls, Get Real, Get Dual, Chemex Crossbows, built like no other.
Well, welcome to another episode of Whitetail Frenzy. We hope you guys have been having fun watching these episodes because we've sure been having a lot of fun making them, haven't we?
Oh yeah, it's a blast. It's a dream come true. Two brothers from West Virginia just living a big dream, and that's what we're doing right now. We're just trying to make it happen. We've got jobs, families, and we're busy. We're just as busy as the average day person.
This isn't our full-time gig at all.
No, we're doing these at 10 o'clock at night, sometimes till 2 o'clock in the morning, just so we can make it perfect.
And then getting up and going to work the next morning. Last week's episode, you all saw Elijah Bennett knock down a slunger of an 8-point right here in our home state of West Virginia. Today we got a couple hunts lined up for you. The first one, we're back in West Virginia. I'm hunting the central part of the state, and then we're going to head out to Texas with one of our new staff members, Cameron McCauley. But let's jump right into the action. We're headed out doing a little preseason scouting right here in our home state of West Virginia. What's a good sign? There's a lot of buck sign in here so far. About 300 yards back in the woods. We've seen several scrapes, several rubs already. And right now I'm trying to get cameras out everywhere I can because I had a lot of great bucks during the summer. They've all disappeared. I get a nighttime picture here and there, but nothing during daylight activity. It's the middle of October. The acorns are falling everywhere. And I have a blind set up back in this cove here. We put it in there about 1.5 years ago. I don't even think I've checked it since last year. I'm hoping it's still there. We're gonna get up there, put out a covert camera, put out some peanut addiction, and refreshing our lethal addiction mineral site. It's a really good funnel. Creek crossing down below us. The deer filter off that point a lot, and there's a lot of white oaks in here, and they usually feed in here pretty heavy when the oaks hit, and there are acorns all over the ground. So hopefully we can get up here, get a covert camera out, and get in that blind here in a week or so, and maybe we can get lucky and find a big buck cruising through. Well, my chair is still in there. Everything still looks good. The blind still looks sturdy. It's still holding up. So I had this blind set up right on the end of a little point. There were a lot of oaks in there. The deer were feeding in there pretty heavy. I hadn't been getting any pictures of any big bucks in there. I had a covert camera in the area, but this was that time of year as we got into late September. Any big buck activity I had just completely dissipated during daylight hours. Everything moved to nighttime. So I just started staying away from areas where I had big bucks. I didn't want to risk pushing them out of the area. So I started hunting this specific blind setup. I figured there was a good chance. I thought there was a good buck in the area, but I didn't know for sure. I was just going in, hunting this area, sitting in the blind, hoping one may venture in. It's about 85 degrees. I mean, it is hot. Got Dave and Brent set up about mile from here, half mile from here, something like that. And I got some good deer showing up trail camper over there, so hopefully Brent can get lucky. But I figured rather than just going home, I figured I'd hunt myself. This is the closest setup I have to them. Well, I'm ready to go. I'm set up in the same blind I was in yesterday, but it is even warmer today than yesterday. It's about 87 degrees. We got Brent set up in the same stand he was in yesterday. Got Alan Tackett filming for him today. I'm really hoping he can put that Cam-X to work and fill his West Virginia buck day. I'm gonna sit here this evening and see what happens. Hopefully we get some activity like yesterday, but hopefully the bucks get a little bigger.
I'm attorney Bobby Warner. Many of you know me as an avid outdoorsman. I have nearly 2 decades of legal experience and I hunt every day. I hunt for those who are at fault, those who are careless, and those who need to pay. If you've been injured, now's the time. Call my office today for a free consultation. No fees unless we get money for you. I'm Bobby Warner. If now's the time, call 345-6789.
Bobby Warner, now's the time. Call 345-6789.
Keeping more deer in your area and growing bigger bucks starts in the winter. The healthier a buck is as he enters the antler growing season, the more nutrients his body can utilize for antler growth. That's why we choose Whitetail Trail Mix as our year-round supplemental feed.
Whitetail Trail Mix is enhanced with peanut flavoring and roasted soybeans and is packed with 40% more protein and fat than corn alone. If you want to attract, hold, and grow more and bigger deer, go to whitetailtrailmix.com to find your closest dealer.
Hi, I'm Kenny Davis with Whitetail Frenzy TV. Whether I'm coming out of the woods or having a family get-together, I prefer Custard Stand Hot Dog Chili, the official chili of West Virginia Athletics. All you got to do is heat it up and serve, but most importantly, it tastes great. It's made right here in West Virginia with 100% ground beef.
Custard Stand Hot Dog Chili is available at the following locations: Walmart, Kroger, IGA, Save-A-Lot, and Sam's Club. And don't forget about the 6 Custard Stand restaurants located throughout West Virginia.
Hi, I'm Kenny Davis, co-host of Whitetail Frenzy TV. You know, over the years, we have used every deer feed product we can get our hands on, but none of them compare to Peanut Addiction. You simply pour it out and they will come. You're going to see more deer and bigger bucks, hands down.
Peanut Addiction is a high-protein, peanut-based deer feed and attractant. Peanut Addiction. The addiction is real. Whitetail Frenzy is brought to you by Rambo Bikes and X-Stand Tree Stands, Slick Trick Broadheads, the original all-steel broadhead, Slash Arrows with integrated blade technology. Order using promo code Whitetail Frenzy. Custom bow equipment, competition-inspired hunting sights, covert scouting cameras. Size does matter. Custard Stand, the world's finest ready-to-eat hot dog chili. Hatfield McCoy Trails, offering some of the best off-road trail systems on Earth.
All right, I'm back in the blind today. I didn't see crap yesterday, but it was super windy. Today, the condition of what I've been looking for all month, the whole month of October. I mean, it has been in the mid to upper 80s. I mean, heck, 3 days ago it was 87 degrees. The low at night was only 62, I believe. Today it's at mid 40s, and this is as high as it's going to get. The temperature's going to keep dropping throughout the afternoon. Rain this morning, so hopefully that had the deer laying down a little bit. But it's semi-calm now, very light breeze. Temperature's dropping. These deer should be on their feet moving. I got a ton of white oak around me. Acorns are falling like crazy all over the ground. I got some Peanut Addiction out here in front of me. Got scrapes everywhere. I put some doe esters out on my way in. I mean, they got it all. Plus got a creek right here about 30 yards blind. I mean, they got food, water, everything. Take it up on the hill. I mean, everything right here is just a little honey hole. So I think I'd hunted this blind 3 or 4 times between late September and mid-October. I think it was October 25th. I had a Saturday that I didn't have anything going on. Julie was staying home with the kids, so I was going to get out and do a little bit of hunting that morning. So I got out and I got set up in the blind early that morning, way before daylight. Got all my camera stuff set up. I didn't have a cameraman with me that day. And it's just breaking daylight, and I hear something coming down the hill. So I hurry up and kick the camera on, and this deer starts going away from me, and I think that he's just going to keep walking right out of sight. Well, before I got in the blind that morning, I'd put some peanut addiction out behind the log. This deer gets downwind from the peanut addiction about 40, 50 yards, and I couldn't believe it. He literally locked him up, he turned around, and he came straight back. I got my man Perry up here helping me with the recovery. I'm colorblind. He can see the blood a little better than I can, but I'm pretty sure I heard that deer crash about 60, 70 yards down in the hollow. I don't think there's gonna be any issue finding him at all. Dang, look at that. That's what you like to see. Covered in blood. They're sunk in the ground there pretty good too. I'll tell you what, that blew right through his front shoulders. Slash arrows, that slick trick broadhead. Got a fixed blade up there, punching that initial hole, followed up by a 2 1/8 inch cut from the inset blades in the slash. And that thing is covered in blood. I mean, that blew blood all the way through it here. I might be able to track this one, Perry. Look at that. Holy cow. Awesome deer. Look at that, Perry. Tell you what, I couldn't be happier. It's my first buck down 2017. It's a really cool deer. He's got a kicker there. Beautiful deer. I think he's just 3 years old. I mean, he would have been an absolute giant next year, but I never had pictures of this deer. He came in. I hadn't killed a buck all season. I'm hunting here in West Virginia, and just a beautiful whitetail. Man, I couldn't be happier. The shot was perfect. Dead centered his shoulder here. The slash arrow came out right behind the shoulder on the other side, and this deer went about 60 yards and crashed down in this hollow. It's a beautiful deer. Just goes to show you, the trail cameras, they'll show you a lot, but they don't show you everything. I never had a picture of this deer, and it's that time of year the bucks are starting to move, and he showed up, and man, did he show up at the wrong place at the wrong time. For him anyway. Good for us. Another buck down with the elite bow. I'm super pumped. Good way to head into November. So I know there are a lot of you die-hard whitetail hunters out there that are looking at this footage or seeing this deer saying, hey, that's a 3-year-old deer. And he was. But I'm gonna tell you, I wasn't looking at his body. He came in, I was looking at his antlers, and that deer was gonna be a trophy to me. And that's one thing my dad always taught me growing up. You know, we don't get to go out and hunt these ranches all the time. We don't get to go out and hunt areas that are managed all the time. We're average, everyday hunters, hunt high pressured areas. This deer got my heart pumping. He was going to be a trophy to me. I never had pictures of him. I never saw him. I didn't sit there and say, well, how old is this deer? I saw a rack. I knew I was gonna be excited if I shot him, so I let him have it.
I'm attorney Bobby Warner. Many of you know me as an avid outdoorsman. I have nearly 2 decades of legal experience, and I hunt every day. I hunt for those who are at fault, those who are careless, and those who need to pay. If you've been injured, now's the time. Call my office today for a free consultation. No fees unless we get money for you. I'm Bobby Warner. If now's the time, call 345-6789.
Bobby Warner, now's the time. Call 345-6789.
The Cirrus wind indicator produces a cloud that's not just going to give you accurate wind direction, but it's also going to tell you what the thermals are doing. It has a flashlight and a USB port so you can charge your cell phones. You can go to Cirrus Outdoors and order using promo code Whitetail Frenzy. Crossbow hunters, you want penetration and devastation? Slash Bolts comes equipped with a fixed blade broadhead on the front end, followed up by integrated blades within the shaft. They don't open until after penetration, giving you the best of both worlds. Get the Frenzy discount at slasharrows.com using promo code Whitetail Frenzy. Hi, I'm Kenny Davis, co-host of Whitetail Frenzy. One of our biggest keys to success is right here, lethal addiction. It's a mineral and attractant that provides valuable minerals and vitamins for your deer herd, and it has a smell and a taste that your deer just can't resist. One jug, one hole, 1 year.
Lethal Addiction is available in 6 irresistible flavors at the following retail locations or online at honeyhole.com. Increase your success. One hole, one jug, 1 year.
Well, once again, KD, you show us how it's done. You know, it's October law a little bit. You have no clue that this buck was in the area, but yet the preseason scouting paid off. You went in, you found some acorns, you knew they were hitting the ground. You thought, I'm going to give it a try.
Yeah, just found a secluded location, lots of acorns, good funnel area. We've seen big bucks in there in the past, and it's just one of those areas where nothing was going on. We didn't want to pressure our big bucks because we weren't getting any daylight pictures in the areas where we had big bucks showing up. And this was an area where I had a few days to get in there, hunt here and there after work or during the weekends. Hey, you go in the blind or a tree stand, you set up, you never know what's going to show up, and that just proves it right there. Your trail cameras don't always show everything. You know, we had the covert cameras out there, but we never had any pictures of that deer, and he shows up right at the break of daylight, and we made a quick hunt out of that one.
Well, it just goes to show that the everyday working man like ourselves, when you get a chance to jump in a tree stand or jump in a blind, you have to do it. Whether, you know, if you don't want to pressure your big buck areas like we don't, find those little secluded areas, put up a blind, put up a tree stand, just stay out of the October law. You know, spend the evening, spend the morning, whatever time you got, jump in the stand and see what happens.
Yeah, and that's the great thing about hunting the unknown. You never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to show up. But this next hunt, we're headed to Texas with Cameron McCauley. He's a new pro staff member. We're going to find out what this guy's got.
Well, he's going to Texas, and one thing we know about Texas, there is a lot of deer.
Yeah, there may be a lot of unknowns, but the one thing you do know is you're going to see a lot of deer. So let's head to Texas with Cameron McCauley and join him on day 1 of his hunt.
So we're just having a little fun here. We're riding around checking out the property, and we saw a doe and a yearling bedded over here a video a minute ago. We got the bright idea. There's a little hill right in front of them, and I want to see how close I can sneak up to them without them spooking, and try it out real quick. All right, I'm gonna hold the camera and sneak up that way. This is insane.
I'm Scott McCall down from Florida. I'm up here at F.E. Hill Ranch in Texas with my son Cameron, a couple other buddies from Florida. Awesome place to come, having an absolute blast. You know, I was like, what is that noise? And Cameron says, I don't know. So I got out of the truck. When I turn around, here comes this deer behind us running, riding like crazy on top of his head. It's unreal, unbelievable. And we actually went back there the next morning, or actually I didn't go. Cameron went with, I think John took him, and they set up trying to shoot this. I mean, he was I guarantee you, if his inside spread was 6 inches, it was 8. I mean, he was just a nasty monster buck, you know. And they set up there, and unfortunately, he never came back in. But that's how those trophy bucks do. Once they, you know, rut starts happening, and this rut's happening around here. I mean, we saw 2 flies today that were, you know, I mean, they were in full rut.
Before we get back to the action, go to whitetailfrenzy.tv to check out all of our latest Whitetail Frenzy apparel.
And don't forget to use promo code WhitetailFrenzy, all one word, to receive a discount on all orders. And don't forget, a portion of the proceeds from all our sales go to When Life Sucks. It's a nonprofit organization helping veterans with PTSD.
Also, use the same promo code for Igniter Lighted Knox.
Yeah, 37% discount on their online orders on all 3 packs of Igniter Lighted Knox. Keeping more deer in your area and growing bigger bucks starts in the winter. The healthier a buck is as he enters the antler growing season, the more nutrients his body can utilize for antler growth. That's why we choose Whitetail Trail Mix as our year-round supplemental feed.
Whitetail Trail Mix is enhanced with peanut flavoring and roasted soybeans and is packed with 40% more protein and fat than corn alone. If you want to attract, hold, and grow more and bigger deer, go to whitetailtrailmix.com to find your closest dealer.
Hi, I'm Kenny Davis, co-host of Whitetail Frenzy TV. You know, over the years, we have used every deer feed product we can get our hands on, but none of them compare to Peanut Addiction. You simply pour it out, and they will come. You're going to see more deer and bigger bucks, hands down.
Peanut Addiction is a high-protein, peanut-based deer feed and attractant. Peanut Addiction. The addiction is real.
I'm attorney Bobby Warner. Many of you know me as an avid outdoorsman. I have nearly 2 decades of legal experience and I hunt every day. I hunt for those who are at fault, those who are careless, and those who need to pay. If you've been injured, now's the time. Call my office today for a free consultation. No fees unless we get money for you. I'm Bobby Warner. If now's the time, call 345-6789.
Bobby Warner, now's the time. Call 345-6789.
Whitetail Frenzy is brought to you by Scott Releases, the #1 name in the release game. Whitetail Trail Mix. Go to whitetailtrailmix.com to find your closest dealer. Lethal Addiction Mineral and Attractant. Warner Law Offices. Call 304-345-6789. Peanut Addiction. The addiction is real. Cirrus Wind Indicator. Order at cirrusoutdoors.com using promo code Whitetail Frenzy. Whitetail Frenzy is also brought to you by the following partners.
It's October 17th. We're here at Heavy Hill Ranch in Fairfield, Texas. We're getting into our 4th sit of this hunt. We've been seeing a lot of really nice bucks. Nothing we could shoot yet. We went around and checked a bunch of cameras today, and we found a really nice management buck at this spot. Really old deer, real heavy 8-point, and he's been visiting it regularly in the daylight. So we're trying to get tucked in pretty quick here. We're real close to the bedding area. We've got a good wind. It cooled off pretty good a couple days ago. So we're trying to get tucked in quick, like I said, and get tucked back in the back of this blind and see what happens. Our target buck just showed up. He come up the tree line, worked a scrape, and he's come over and he's messing around over by another tree. Looks like there may be a little small scrape under it. We're still not ready. We're trying to get everything set and ready to go. I just threw a range on him. He's 60 yards, I believe, right now. We're gonna try to let him work a little bit closer. So we're gonna get tucked in again and try to sit back and relax a little bit. It all just gonna happen at once. That deer is smoked. That's the 3rd deer this year that I've shot with a slash arrow. None of the 3 have left sight. The first one hit the dirt and the last 2 might have went 20 yards. We just got in here and it's our 4th sit. at the FE. We sit down, we turn the tripod up, get everything twisted right, and we look up in front of us, and this buck's already coming. It's the target buck we came in here for. And I truthfully thought it was warming up this evening just a little bit, and I didn't think it was going to come in. But we looked up, and there he is. He's making us great. So we're trying to rush and get everything situated. And before I can even get completely ready, I'm trying to get the lighting right on this camera. He comes up, and he's right here at 30 yards. So I get twisted around. I'm having a hard time because of where he's at with the ground blind. I get twisted around. Done kind of a little lean, and he was at 27 yards. Ripped it loose, double lung, deer run 20 yards. He's dead, game over, end of story. So we don't have to track him. He's laying right there. We're fixing to climb out of here and go do a quicker cut. It went absolutely all the way through him and buried up. Whew. We're shooting slick tricks on the end of these things, and that's like 5 inches of cut. Blood all the way out. Man, he didn't go nowhere. That blind is probably 60 yards from us. He come out quick on us this evening, man. We came down here to Fairfield, Texas, at the FE Hill Ranch, and on a management hunt. We're on our 4th sit of the 2nd day. In the afternoon, we come around about lunchtime and check some trail cameras, and this big boy was on there. He's way too old. He should be a lot bigger. This ranch has an intense management program. That's how they get the big bucks they do. We thought we'd come down here and help them out a little bit on a management hunt. So we come in, slipped into this blind, and trying to get the tripod set up, and wouldn't you know it, we looked up and here he comes. Luckily he stopped and worked a couple scrapes on the way, and it slowed him down a little bit, just long enough for me to get the thing adjusted. And we're trying to play with the light and fight with everything with this camera, getting it going. And he come up and he stopped just in the nick of time at 27 yards, and I leaned around and squeezed off a shot. And it actually come out a little bit back, but at the angle he was at, it was perfect. Caught right in the middle of one lung and back of the other. Shot him with the lead option 7 and a slash arrow. And them two things together, man, they're dropping them dead this year. This is number 3 deer of the season. We're on October 17th. Rut's just starting to kick off out here. Had a good cold snap, got him moving good, and the wind was in our favor. Couldn't ask for a better hunt. Happened really quick, probably the fastest hunt I've ever been on in my life, but that kind of stuff happens out here in Texas, man.
Cameron McCauley, welcome to the team, brother. I can't think of a better way to break yourself in right here on Whitetail Frenzy.
Yeah, I mean, he did everything right. He goes to Texas, where there is a lot of deer, like we said. You know, knocks down a big buck on film. First one for the Frenzy team. It was great.
Yeah, it's his first buck on film for Whitetail Frenzy. You know, Cameron's hunted his whole life. He's killed a lot of great deer. He's just getting into the filming aspect of things, and he did a good job. But you all got to see 2 totally different hunts there. One from the mountains of West Virginia, one from the Lone Star State. 2 good bucks. Another exciting episode from guys that are just average, everyday do-it-yourself hunters. Cameron's a firefighter down in Florida, by the way, and does some taxidermy work on the side as well. He headed to Texas. He got it done.
Well, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Whitetail Frenzy. Make sure to check us out next week, same time, same place.
And also get on Facebook. Go to the Whitetail Frenzy page. Give us a follow. Give us a like. Make sure you follow us. Find out what's going on. And again, thank you guys very much. We're just a couple average guys from West Virginia, full-time jobs and families. Without you all support, you all's viewership, without you all following us on social media, keeping up to date with what's going on in the Whitetail Frenzy world, we couldn't do this. So thank you all again. We love you guys. We appreciate the support.
I'm attorney Bobby Warner. Many of you know me as an avid outdoorsman. I have nearly 2 decades of legal experience, and I hunt every day. I hunt for those who are at fault, those who are careless, and those who need to pay. If you've been injured, now's the time. Call my office today for a free consultation. No fees unless we get money for you. I'm Bobby Warner. If now's the time, call 345-6789.
Bobby Warner, now's the time. Call 345-6789.
The Cirrus wind indicator produces a cloud that's not just going to give you accurate wind direction, but it's also going to tell you what the thermals are doing. It has a flashlight and a USB port so you can charge your cell phones. You can go to Cirrus Outdoors and order using promo code Whitetail Frenzy. Crossbow hunters, you want penetration and devastation? Slash Bolts comes equipped with a fixed blade broadhead on the front end, followed up by integrated blades within the shaft. They don't open until after penetration, giving you the best of both worlds. Get the Frenzy discount at slasharrows.com using promo code Whitetail Frenzy. Hi, I'm Kenny Davis, co-host of Whitetail Frenzy. One of our biggest keys to success is right here, lethal addiction. It's a mineral and attractant that provides valuable minerals and vitamins for your deer herd, and it has a smell and a taste that your deer just can't resist. One jug, one hole, 1 year.
Lethal Addiction is available in 6 irresistible flavors at the following retail locations or online at honeyhole.com. Increase your success. 1 hole, 1 jug, 1 year.